With so many locations in Fish, it would take a long time for a single player to find out the best location for experience or money. Thankfully, this video will help you solve that problem, but before we do that, like, share, subscribe, and join my Discord for Fish giveaways. Now, for obvious reasons, I did not include the cryogenic canals because most of us use macros to farm while we do other stuff, and nobody wants to check their oxygen levels every now and then. Now, I've spent 15 minutes in 3 known fishing locations, and these were the results. In Ancient Isles, I thought this would be a good location to farm for money and experience because of the mosasaurs and colossal squids. However, the results were disappointing. I only caught 1 heavenly mosasaur and 2 colossal squids, and when I sold my inventory, I only got like 60,000 bucks. I'll put the final results at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Now, my next location was the depths. This used to be the #1 farming spots before the new updates, and unsurprisingly, in 15 minutes, I earned about 100,000 bucks. But the next location is even better than this one, and it is the Grand Reef location. 15 minutes in this small island can get you more than 131,000 bucks. In terms of EXP, I got more than 150,000 EXP in just 15 minutes. This is calculated with the double EXP Game Pass, but if I had the clever enchant, this would translate to about 337,000 EXP in 15 minutes. Now, there's one thing that people don't really know about catching fishes, and that is that if you perfectly catch a fish, you get 1.5 times the experience points. So if you're using a macro, expect to earn about only 225,000 EXP, which is still a huge amount of experience. So experience farming, I would recommend No Life Rod with the Clever Enchant because it's really fast and speed matters a lot if you're gonna be farming experience points. You can also use Rod of the Depths, Clever Enchant, or you can use Arctic Rod with the Clever Enchant because it has 45% luck and it also has very good control and resilience, or the Ice Warper Rod, which I don't really have right now, so I can't really show you. Heaven's Rod is also a really good choice, but the lure speed is only 30%, so you're gonna be spending a lot of time just pressing the shake buttons. So either you get a clever enchant and macro it, or get the hasty enchant and then manually farm it so that you can earn as much XP as possible. Now, if you're a macro user, don't use a bait because your macro just kills itself if you use a bait in Grand Reef. I don't know if it's a bug, but yeah, don't use a macro in the Grand Reef. This is also the reason why I tell you that speed matters a lot, because you cannot use a bait with the macro, so you need a rod that has really good speed. Now, let's talk about the best money-making rods for the Grand Reef, and I've actually tried farming with the Trident rod for 15 minutes in the Grand Reef, and I earned a total of 100,000 bucks. Now, this is without the hasty enchant for the Trident rod, which is the best enchant for the Trident rod because you don't really need resilience or control for the Trident. And I think that if I had the hasty enchant, I think I would have earned way more than the Heaven's Rod, because the Trident rod has the 30% mutation passive, which is way more than the Heaven's Rod, and I think it's definitely worth it if you farm it with the Trident rod. Now, another rod you need to use is the Heaven's Rod. It is one of the best money farming rods in the game, and with the hasty enchant, it is even better. The heavenly mutation also makes the fish worth 5 times more its normal value. Now, the Aurora rod is also one of the best money farming rods because of the 15% mutation passive, and also if you put hasty on it, it's gonna be a really fast rod. Okay, hang on a minute. They just released the new fish update called the Golden Tides update, and I think this guide is gonna be changing a little bit. The Heaven's Rod is no longer gonna be the best rod for money farming. It's gonna be the No Life rod. The new exalted enchant called the Quantum Enchant has a 25% chance for fish to be subspace mutation, which sells for 5 times the sale value. This is completely broken, and if you put this with the No Life rod, it is the best money farming rod in the game. Arguably, I think the only rod that can come close to the Quantum No Life rod is the Rod of the Eternal Kings. The Greedy mutation along with the Subspace mutation may be a close rival to the No Life rod. Now, I don't know how this works, but maybe the rod would use both mutation passive chances and use them separately on the fish. Like if it failed the Greedy mutation, it might get the Subspace mutation instead. Now, I don't know because I haven't tested this, but tomorrow I'm gonna be trying with the Rod of the Eternal Kings versus my No Life rod. So like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for that. I'll see you in the next video.